Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And here I have a great article for you guys from Yahoo Finance. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So most of you are aware that Verizon is raising price again. You know, we've talked about this several weeks back. It's now gaining the attention of more mainstream media. So you're once again seeing these articles circle that Verizon raises prices again as wireless customer growth slows. So we've seen that in their consumer business. They're not growing there at all. You know, let's just be honest. On the postpaid consumer side, there's absolutely no growth. Yes, they've posted a positive 8,000 in the quarter, but that was due to the business side. So if we're strictly looking at consumer, they lost 136,000 customers, which led to no growth. So they gotta get the financials increased somehow. So this morning, Verizon CFO spoke at the Oppenheimer conference, and he made it very clear during that conference that they are operationally focused, and that's their priority, which heavily includes finances. So in order for them to continue increasing the service revenues that are now a big priority, the cash flows and everything else, they will continue to test the loyalty of their existing base. That's how I'm seeing it now. They're going to try to push it as much as they can until they start seeing, oh, wait a minute, there's too many people churning now. We need to stop. They are going to raise prices until the consumer base pushes back and says enough is enough. Right? For now, they keep going up by $3, by $5 here and there, right? As long as the churn stays reasonably low, they're not going to be too concerned. But if the consumer base starts fighting back in a big way, and the only way they can fight back, in my opinion, is to leave the company. But it has to be significant enough to where the postpaid churn rises significantly, right? The overall churn for Verizon was a little over 1% for the quarter. The postpaid churn was at 0.83%. If that goes above 1%, that's when Verizon will stop the price increases. Guarantee it. Once the consumer pushes back, and that's the way to push back, that's when Verizon will stop. Until that happens, you will continue to see price increases like this one. So again, just briefly going over it, for those of you who didn't catch that video, starting with September's bills, customers on mix and match plans will pay $3 more for single lines and $5 more for extra multi-lines. That's what the CFO this morning, disclosed at the investor conference. The price hike is Verizon's third increase in 2 years. Last month, the carrier marked up its wireless home internet price by $10. Rival AT&T this month began charging $2.50 more per month for its top-tier wireless plan. And then the rest I'll leave for you guys to read in the description down below. So again, Verizon raising prices again. This is on the older plans like the above and all that pricing. We talked about it already. This is the same one that's being discussed in this article. And that price change will take effect on September's bill. So if you see a bit of an increase, if you are on the older plans, you know why. But again, like I said, they are really testing the loyalty of their base. Right? There's other better deals out there. There's a cheaper carrier in T-Mobile. The network is good enough. They're improving. So if you want to shop around as a consumer, now is the time to do it. AT&T just nationally overall won one of the most comprehensive scientific testing firms in the country, Root Metrics. AT&T was the #1 overall network. They're a great option. T-Mobile is a good option. So there's others to choose from. It's not just Verizon is the end-all be-all. It used to be like that, I'll be honest. Early on when they transitioned to LTE and they had band 13 at scale, Verizon was really the network to be on. If you went to AT&T or T-Mobile, you were really degrading your services. Like, I'll be honest. T-Mobile's HSPA was in and out. They were half of the network was upgraded to LTE. Some of it was HSPA. It was just horrendous. They didn't have to scale outside of city limits. And I'm not talking about traveling 2 to 3 hours from your city. I'm talking about going 20 miles east. You were roaming on AT&T. And I know that's still the case in some areas, but T-Mobile has gotten that under control over the years. And then AT&T was kind of the same way. They never went to HSPA 42. They stayed at HSPA 21. When they launched LTE, most of their network was just 2 carriers of LTE, so it wasn't that great. So that's when Verizon was really the network to be on. They invested a ton. They had the most LTE. They had the largest network by far that was upgraded. It was just the network to be on. Now that's no longer the case. Lots of investment from AT&T, from FirstNet, you know, the reimbursements. T-Mobile, since the merger, they've gotten much stronger and continue growing that network. So it's going to be tough for Verizon to really pull off these price increases in the future, in my opinion, and others not look at another company that has a better deal, and where, like I said in many other videos, where they can just call, text, and check their stuff on the daily. That's more of the average consumer usage. So make sure you guys stay tuned for more. Like, share, subscribe. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.